welcome back to Slushie Review. This is Keith.
And this is Chris.
And today we are talking about Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. We are continuing our Star Wars series saga with the original trilogy. So as you heard in the last episode, we did the prequel trilogies. Wait, was that the last? No. Okay. So we did the prequel trilogies a couple weeks ago. We did Rogue One and Han Solo, a Star Wars story. And now we are on to the original trilogy that came out in 1977.
We're halfway through. This is the middle point of all of them so far. Because we've done 5, and we have 5 after this one. We're right in the middle.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You lost me for a second. I was like...
of all of the movies that we have watched and are to be watched for this saga, like we're in the middle now.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. So my first thought, I was like, there's 9. I was like, okay, we're done watching, so yes, we're in the middle.
Hey, idiot.
And then I was like, you were like, all of them. I was like, that makes 11. This isn't the middle. I was like, the middle would be 5.5.
4's in the middle of 11.
So I was so fucking confused. Got it though.
That was right?
I got it. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely right. By the way, today's episode is brought to you by No Sprite Slushie. We went to the slushie store, name redacted. And there was only 2 choices.
Yeah, they had like 2 fucking flavors to choose from at the Slushie store.
Slushie way.
Green and blue.
Yeah, was it? Oh, yeah.
Yellow, like yellow, green, and blue.
Okay, yeah. See, I think yellow when I think of Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
But yes, it was Mountain Dew and blue raspberry.
Yeah.
Was it blue raspberry?
Yeah, because the cherry was not ready. I think the Coke one was actually frozen. Solid.
Yeah. Like it was too ready.
The Sprite. It's too ready. Is it ready? A little too ready, if you ask me.
Same.
The Sprite one was actually empty, and then like the tea one I think was there, but it might as well not exist in my world.
No, the tea wasn't. None of them ready.
Yeah.
The only one was ready, and the. Sorry, my mic moved. The blue raspberry wasn't ready either. Technically,
it was close enough to mix.
Everything was blinking.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, well.
I guess we didn't go late enough.
Or early enough?
Yeah.
Fair.
I guess. We were right. We were right where we didn't need to be. Apparently.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
You see how it comes back around?
Everything comes back around.
It's like the Force. It's all around us.
The turntables.
Facts. Thank you for listening. We definitely appreciate it. Make sure you follow us at Slushie Review on Twitter at Slushie Review. You can also check us out on YouTube. Just search Slushie Review. We pop up. We're the first result. And then check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And also, coming soon, Instagram. Follow us on IG.
The gram.
At Slushie Review Podcast.
Yes.
We just started it. Need some followers, need some likes. Okay, so let's start with the plot for the first original trilogy, Star Wars. Chris.
All right. A long time ago, in a galaxy far away. Well, I mean, this one picks up literally right where Rogue One had left off.
Yeah, facts.
With Leia's ship is being chased by Vader's Star Destroyer that he's on. Leia has just received the plans for the Death Star. Or no, R2 has the plans for the Death Star. Or no, Leia has the plans for the Death Star, gives them to R2-D2, records a short message for a General Obi-Wan Kenobi. Mm-hmm. She gets captured. R2-D2 and C-3PO, his counterpart, who we've met before, get into an escape pod and get their shit off the ship.
Yep.
And they don't get shot down for some reason, but they land on the nearby planet of Tattooine, where like every story starts on some kind of like desert planet in Star Wars, and this is one of two where the stories start. The first being Tattooine for this trilogy and the prequel trilogy, sort of, where like things pick up in the prequel trilogy, I should say, and then in the sequel trilogy, Jakku is the other desert planet
Jakku.
where Rey's hanging out.
I thought it was Tatooine too, but yeah, you're right, Jakku.
Yeah. But they land on Tatooine. R2 and C-3PO fight like an old married couple the whole way because they can't decide which way to go. They split up, end up together anyway on the Jawa's sandcrawler, and they get sold to Luke Skywalker's uncle. Shit, what's his name? Owen.
Uncle
Owen.
Good thing you said Owen because I was about to say Ben. Sorry.
Same fate.
Accidentally.
Different movie. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Different methods.
Yeah. Cue dead uncle syndrome.
Nephew becomes a superhero.
Yeah, that too. He gets his powers eventually. But Luke meets Obi-Wan Kenobi after R2 runs away, claiming he has a mission to bring him the message from Leia. Well, they meet up. Somehow, Luke puts two and two together that Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ben Kenobi might be related. And of course they're related, and of course he knows him, because he's him. And you're like, oh, I gotta go, I can't have an adventure, I have to go home. Goes home to his fucking aunt and uncle are dead, and their house is on fire. You're like, well, time to go have the adventure I've always wanted.
So are they. They're on fire, too. They burned up.
Yeah, their skeletons are burning. So thanks, Empire, for the adventure of a lifetime. Dear Diary. My aunt and uncle got burned alive, and now I'm free to go kiss my sister in space. The end.
Oh.
So, well, his uncle and aunt die. They go to a wretched hive of scum and villainy, Mos Eisley spaceport, find the lovable rascal, an old scoundrel, Han Solo, and Chewbacca to take them off-world. And they immediately get taken hostage by the Empire, have to rescue the princess, and then everybody rescues each other. Everybody gets split up. They escape. Obi-Wan dies. And then they come back and blow up the Death Star.
Fair. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. In case you...
50-year-old movie.
Yeah. Wow, is it?
It will be in about 7 years. It was made in 77.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, 43?
Sure.
Same. This is old.
Well, we're not getting any younger either, so... Well, I'll get there someday, maybe. Knock on wood.
You don't want to get there, or you do?
I would like to.
Yeah.
I'd like to reach a certain age, and then at a certain point, I think I'd have enough already.
Fair.
And it'd be time to become a Force ghost and just bother
Coast
people.
to coast.
Force ghost, coast to coast. But yeah, that's the plot. That's it. Otherwise, I'm just going to start describing individual scenes.
We could say that for likes or dislikes.
We'll get to it.
So
I'll throw it over to you for the cast.
Okay, let's do the cast.
A lot of household names.
Now.
Yeah.
First off, we have Mark Hamill, the Joker himself.
There it is.
This is Luke Skywalker. I mean, that's it. He's been in all this. He's been in a lot of the Star Wars, and then after that, he does a lot of voice acting. And,
Yep.
he does a lot of voice acting. So there's that. But this is what he's most famous for, and also the Joker and Batman. Second up, we have Harrison Ford, Mr. President. Get off my plane, Harrison Ford, as a young Han Solo.
Not as young as he used to be in these movies.
Not anymore.
No.
Next up, or Mr. Indiana Jones. Sorry,
There we go.
I've never seen it, so I don't.
That's okay.
Oh, it is. Next up, Miss Carrie Fisher, may she rest in peace. Princess Leia Organa, aka Skywalker. She's Princess Leia. I already said it. Next up, Peter Cushing. He plays Grand Moff Tarkin. He was 81 when he died in 1988.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, 1994.
Oh my god.
He was born in 1913.
Jeez.
Yeah. I was like, God dang. So he was already old. He was...
His IMDb picture, he kind of looks like Larry David.
No, I can see that. I was going to say he looks like Frankenstein. Not like the Dr. Frankenstein. Yeah. The actual Frankenstein. Let's see. Next up, we have Alec Guinness. He is credited as Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hilarious. He was in a movie called The Bridge Over River Kwai.
Oh, I've seen that.
Never seen it.
When I was in grade school.
Never seen it. Only heard about it through a YouTube sensation videos. I don't even know what they're called, but one of my exes made me listen to it, and they're dumb, they're stupid, but it was hilarious. Okay? Do you remember the birthday? Ron Swanson's birthday.
I just watched that one. He watched that movie.
He watched. Was it this one or a different movie?
I think it was that. And like he ate a steak and he had whiskey and cigars.
Yes.
And someone was waiting outside to take him home.
Yes.
I just watched that one today.
I know this movie from the YouTube thing. Mm-hmm. So it was this guy, random guy. He was in the woods. It was kind of like Blair Witch, and he was just talking he was just speaking nonsense. One of his more famous lines in the YouTube thing was, what does he say? I want a chicken sandwich and a waffle fries.
I've seen
for
that.
For free.
Unforgivable.
Yes, Unforgivable. That's what it's called.
Yes.
Okay, so at one point, he was like, I only want to watch 3 movies. And he names 2, and his last one is A Bridge Over River Kwai. And that's how I knew what it was. And then when I saw Parks and Rec, I was like, what in the hell is going on here?
It's like an old war movie, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. You've seen it. I haven't.
I think I was in grade. I'm pretty sure I was in grade school when I saw that. Probably too young to be seeing it. But I don't
also
know.
Fair. Let's see.
Desensitize you early, I guess.
Hey, you got to do it. I hear you. Next up, someone who's been in all the number Star Wars, Anthony Daniels.
Yeah.
I was going to say returns, but he starts off as C-3PO. C-3PO, great character. We know who he is.
Oh, yes.
Next up, Kenny Baker, R2-D2. He's great as well. And then next after that, Peter Mayhew. He's Chewbacca. So he does a great job as well. So honestly, it's even though this is the first Star Wars movie, it feels like I'm like, welcome back to the, but it's like, no, this is the first one.
Yeah, because some of them have been around already.
Right, already.
They've already been in movies before this first movie, yeah.
Also that. Next up, David Prowse. He played the body of Darth Vader in all 3 of the original trilogy.
And he just passed away like a couple weeks ago as of this recording.
Yes, fair. Yep, he did. So a couple people, maybe not even a couple people. The only other person I'm going to mention, James Earl Jones.
There it is.
He's the voice of Darth Vader. Amazing. I don't think I'm missing anybody else.
No, because everyone else is like really small.
Or we don't know him.
Yeah, or there's Jack Porkins.
I saw that. His last name is Hookins.
Yes.
I saw that.
And he looks very fancy in his photograph.
Yeah.
On IMDb. Look at him.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Poor guy.
About that. So
let's make a fat character. I'll name him Porkins. That'd be great.
I love it. I feel seen.
He apparently can't fly a fucking spaceship good.
No, he can't.
I feel seen.
Thank you for hearing me. Fair.
Who put me in this movie?
Same. Okay. So enough of the ridiculousness.
We're just getting started with that.
That's also fair. Because I got a lot.
Yeah.
Likes. Let's get into our likes.
I'm going to let you go first.
You're going to let me go first?
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
I'd let you. I would love it if you went first.
Oh, shoot.
Because I have a feeling I'm going to be going next pretty soon.
Facts. Because as I looked at them, so after the movie ended, I told Chris, before the movie started, I was like, I'm going to try to make my likes longer than my dislikes. That's exactly what I said. Because if you don't know, I don't like older movies. I just don't. I just think they're dumb. They're not dumb, okay? They're good for the time. Since I was not born in the 70s.
But they're not timeless.
As we talked about.
Yes, we did. I was going to fit it in here somehow, and I did it.
Yeah.
It might be timeless for some people.
Yeah, but not for me because I wasn't born in the 70s, so I don't have this nostalgia wrapped around me. So I was like, I'm going to make my likes longer than my dislikes. As soon as the movie was over, I got up and I said, I tried. And then I looked at my likes and I was like, oh, shoot. A couple of these are repeaters.
You put them down more than once.
I didn't even tell you that part. I was like,
amazing.
Yee.
That's amazing.
Seriously, it is.
I'm ready to be heard again. Let's do it.
So I do have a like that I know you're gonna like. That I know is one of your likes. So I'm not gonna say it. So it's okay.
Aw.
No, it's okay.
That's considerate of you.
I'm trying. I'm trying to be a better person, maybe.
Impossible.
Thanks. I don't know if that's.
However you want to take that.
I was like, you can't. God damn.
I'm not going to expand on that.
I don't know. Like, I'm hurt, but
I think you're a great person.
I'm not offended, but I am. Like, I'm like, oh, thanks.
Hurt?
Also,
hurt teeth?
Wounded even.
No, I think you're an amazing person.
Oh, man. Thank you.
Let's see how I feel after this review.
Okay. My first like, I'll tell you what I wrote. It's Star Wars. The fact that it is Star Wars, I can give it a like because this is where it all started.
Is this the one that repeats?
So I can appreciate it because it is Star Wars and this is where it started. This is where the story starts. This is where we get all the lovable characters that we like. And they show everybody up front. I don't think anybody's more loved out of these characters than any other movies that showed up. I don't think like anybody else came in later and was like, oh my, I love that person just as much as I like Leia and Luke and Chewie. I can't think of it. Can you think of anybody?
The only other like major characters that show up after this one are like Yoda, the Emperor.
That's fair. But lovable though. So Yoda would be one. That is fair.
I would put him among them now. As a child, I was terrified of Yoda. I thought he was fucking nightmarish in some instances.
Fair. Because it looked like crap.
He was scary looking.
And it looked like crap.
He had sharp teeth and he was a creepy little puppet man.
Because it was made in the 80s.
That's fair.
And it looked like crap.
Give it to me now though and I will love it. Because
I'm
not afraid of me. I'm not afraid of that little guy anymore. Come on.
Also, that's what
there it is.
I was going to say the other one that Michael says, but I was like, let's not.
What's the other one?
Let's not get me canceled right now. Right, guys? Because of
the Force?
Yes, that's what we're going to go with. Reach over and touch this thing. Anyway. Okay, this is where it repeats. My next like, James Earl Jones.
Yes.
So I'm going to go into the other like, Darth Vader. They're both the same, but they're different as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, the voice of James Earl Jones is iconic. I think I've liked it in every single movie we've had so far that he's shown up in, which has been Sith and Rogue One, and love it. It's amazing. Then he showed up in this one, and I was like, ooh. I know they say that C-3PO is the first one to talk. but I'm almost certain Darth Vader's her first human person to talk.
Yeah, I think so.
And as soon as you hear his voice, I was like, "Oh, this is great. This is amazing." And then Darth Vader, he's Vader. Like, you can't really get away from him. He's so good. Like, when they couldn't find the plans on Leia's ship, he's just like choking a guy. He's like, "Where are they at? They jettisoned. I don't care."
Yeah, I'm like a foot off the ground.
Yeah, then he kills him.
Diplomatic mission. You don't lie to me.
He's like, "You shut your mouth when you're talking to me." But like, that's
what is that? I know that.
I don't know. Everyone says that.
I know that.
It's like on a cop show. Can't be sure. I'm telling you, it's on every cop show.
That's fair.
But he does that, and that's when I wrote down. I was just like, Vader. Then I was like, oh, James Earl Jones. Oh, okay. Next up is a like I'm going to say for you.
Oh.
So that I do have that is one. I just want to let you know.
What if I don't say it?
You will. I'm not worried about it. I know you will.
I'm predictable. That's not a surprise.
That's okay. I don't want predictability. Next up, I'll tell you what's on my screen.
Okay.
I already told Chris this. It's funny. Jewish mind tricks.
God. I thought you said you weren't trying to get canceled.
So I meant to write Jedi mind tricks, obviously. But my phone was like, nah, let's take it a different direction. Yeah. So Jedi mind tricks.
So that like wasn't even thanks to the movie. It was thanks to your phone.
Yeah, no, I didn't write it down. Who do you think I am?
Nice.
No. So I was like, I wrote down Jedi mind tricks. The reason why I wrote that down is because, like, obviously it's a thing. Obi-Wan Kenobi does it to the stormtroopers, and it's an amazing. Honestly, it's an amazing scene. And so you reveal that he can do that. I don't know if it's in any other original trilogy Star Wars.
It's in...
Oh, Luke does it.
Yeah, he does it in Return of the Jedi.
That's right.
And he tries it on Jabba and it doesn't work on him.
Yeah. See, guys, I've seen this movie.
There you go.
Light. That's a different story.
I don't think he does it in the second one.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think anybody does.
Because he spends most of the second one getting his ass kicked and training.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay, my last like. It has a caveat to it, though. I just wrote ending. I like that it was a no-no. I just thought that. As soon as you said it, I was like...
that it was over. You won't hurt me anymore, movie.
I'm so weak. Oh, shoot. It's burning. That's not what I meant, but it's funny. Not just any time. Yes, the ending was great. Like, the ending, they did the ship thing, and they had the star fight, or the space fight, I guess you call it. And then Luke shot the thing down the Womp Rat hole, whatever it's called. And that was great. Like, it's very suspenseful. The only caveat, it's not a dislike, it's a caveat. It's kind of long.
Yeah.
I was like...
That sounds like a dislike to me.
I was like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
You're aiming, you're still aiming, you're aiming still aiming.
Yeah, like, all right, it's coming up. We're going to get there in about 30 seconds. You ever counted 30 seconds? I was watching it on the screen. It was counting down from 30.
It was not 30.
It was longer than that.
At least 5 minutes.
But it was, yeah.
Maybe 10.
Ugh.
So, yeah, that's the only caveat.
Okay.
I feel like I should have more likes I don't feel that way, but like I feel like people want me to have more likes, but I don't.
Am I people?
You can be.
Aw.
If you want to be.
I don't know if I want to be a people.
Do you feel like I should have more likes?
No.
See, there you go. You're not people.
Yay.
But I feel like people who like this movie really are like, oh, what about this? What about this? And it's like, that wasn't good enough for me to like it. There was some stuff I laughed at, and I was like, should I write that down? I was like, man, I want to be genuine. So, no.
Oh, my God.
Like, that's what I'm seriously, because I was like, I'm not just going to write down everything I laughed at.
That's fair.
That's ridiculous. That's the case. Shit, Scott Pilgrim would have been, Megamind would have been long as shit.
Yeah, like a 5-hour episode.
Insane.
Pause for laughter.
Which we've almost been there, so. So yeah, those are my likes, sir.
Okay.
I'll let you get to yours.
All right. And stop me when I get to the one that you were saving for me.
Yes.
First like, John Williams. Right off
Let
the
me
bat.
stop you right there.
Oh.
That was it.
All right.
See, I told you. I knew what was happening.
Yeah. I think I said it when we started these.
You did.
All of them. I don't think I mentioned him in Rogue One or Solo because they like sampled his stuff in those movies, and he was like credited as like having the themes for these characters and the main theme. But aside from that, it was mostly like original scoring with samples from him. But in these, John Williams all the way, amazing.
Yep.
Next likes R2-D2 and C-3PO. I'm never not going to like them. There is a video on the internet of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost dressed as R2-D2 and C-3PO in a desert arguing like they do in the movie because it's probably all a setup for the whole for the video. But it says in the opening for the video that they set out to make a shot-for-shot remake of the original Star Wars trilogy, and they never got past the desert scene because they just got into a fucking argument.
Oh, a real argument.
It was probably done for the video.
Oh,
but like
okay.
because I think Nick Frost was R2-D2, and he's like beep boop boop. He's like, he doesn't say beep boop boop, and he's like, well, what does he say then? And they just start fucking yelling at each other. He's like, are we gonna have an argument? I don't fucking know. And they like storm off.
I like Simon Pegg.
I love them both. They're
He's
hilarious.
in Mission Impossible.
Yes, he is.
A lot of them.
I remember you telling me about that.
You gotta watch them.
I wouldn't be against that.
There's only 6.
And he was in, I know we talked about it earlier, Ready Player One. He was in that movie. He's in a lot of things that I
He was in
have
Force
enjoyed.
Awakens.
Yep. He's the portion guy.
Yeah.
He was in. It's gonna turn into a Simon Pegg podcast pretty soon, but he was in all 3 of those, like Shaun of the Dead, all those movies.
Well, that's
He
his
was great.
movies.
The Star Trek movies, the new Star Trek movies. He was in those. He was Scotty. Is it J.J. Abrams? Is he the one that made the new Star Trek movies? Yeah, he was Scotty.
I never saw the second one, so I was
I'm pretty sure he showed up in the first one though.
maybe.
But it was kind of toward the end.
I think I was just saying I never saw the second
that's
one.
fair.
That was it.
That's fair.
I believe you.
I
I
didn't see the
forgot.
second one.
I just remember Trevor and Gamora being in it, and I loved it. That was about it.
Steve Trevor.
Steve Trevor. That's it. I just want to say. Oh, and Beast. Beast was in it too.
Yes, he was.
See.
But,
That's it. I don't know people's real name.
Yeah,
Let me
the
just call you
characters
what
they play.
the person I liked you as. What's the name with Schindler's List? Anyway, let me stop.
All right, yeah, R2-D2 and C-3PO. They're always going to be on my list if they're in the movie because they're amazing together. I mean, R2-D2, you can't understand anything he says, so C-3PO really carries all of it.
Fair.
And he's one of my favorite Star Wars characters. I think he probably is my favorite Star Wars character.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just because I don't know what it is, but I love it. I don't know, the sassy old British man. And I'm here for it. And he's shiny as gold. Why not? But if I stop every time to do this in every podcast, it's going to get repetitive. So I'm just going to say them and move on. R2 and C-3PO. Next, Han and Chewie. Because they were never not going to be on my list. Especially since after rewatching Solo recently, they have a good dynamic.
Fair.
Because they also have like they've been together for a long time. And they like each other. But they're not above like, all right, let's cut the chit chat and let's get shit moving along.
Fair.
And they're also not above putting Chewie in handcuffs any chance they get in one of these fucking movies. which you mentioned earlier. You mentioned during the thing, you're like, Chewie gets held prisoner pretty often. For someone who's like super strong and can fly a ship and can shoot a gun.
Rip people's arms off.
Rip people's arms, which is in this list. Rip a man's arms out of his sockets if you beat him at space chess, apparently.
Nice.
Which they showed in Solo.
They did.
Not for losing at space chess, but in their little elevator scene. Mm-hmm. He just tore that man's arms off. He's like, oh, great, perfectly good uniform that would fit me. That's fine. Yeah, he's like, oh.
I will say that the scene where they're on the Death Star. No. Yeah. They're on the Death Star, and I think Han is asking Luke something, and he leans up against Chewie like a wall. Mm-hmm. And I was like, why is he so close to that man? And I was just like, they're friends. Yeah. I was like, I love it, though. Because, like, he's also, like, his friend, but, like, it's not, like, I don't know. It's just great.
If he wanted to, Chewie could have killed him at any moment.
For sure.
But they were friends, so he didn't.
And, like, he literally leaned on him. He's like, so what's up with her? Like, I was like, Chewie is not a wall, sir.
He's not a jukebox.
And then Chewie's like, yeah. I was like, okay.
I could destroy you. You know, bad, I could beat you, right? Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Yeah, love it. Next, like, everyone calls the Millennium Falcon a piece of junk in every trilogy.
And it is.
Well, in every trilogy that it appears in, so both trilogies that it appears in, and also in Solo. It's a piece of junk, but it's fast. It's like an old beat-up car. Right. It's got a good engine in it, I guess.
But when did they call it a piece of junk, though? Because it was actually pretty nice when we first saw it in Solo.
It was pretty nice in Solo, but I think before they saw it, because it was in the impound lot, and they're like, oh, this thing's probably a piece of junk.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
By the end of the movie, it was beat to shit.
Yeah.
And then in this one, the start of it, you came here in that piece of junk? Well, look at that ship. It's a piece of junk. And then in the Force Awakens, they said that ship's garbage. They don't say piece of junk, but they call it garbage. And I was like, it's getting beat to shit. It's been there. It's been around.
I don't want to move ahead. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to watch Force Awakens. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it again because I just watched it the other day, but I kind of like half watched it because I was reading.
Fair.
So I was mostly listening to it.
Just that scene alone, I had so much. I was giddy.
Yeah, because let's take that ship. Boom.
Giddy.
I guess we're taking that one. That ship's garbage. I'll get to it when we get to it.
Okay.
But I was so excited when I said that because I knew what ship was coming. I knew what I was going to see.
I didn't.
Because I've seen Star Wars enough to know, like, oh, piece of junk. It's the fastest piece of junk in the galaxy. Piece of garbage, piece of shit ship. Is only one thing it could have been.
So here's the thing. I try not to watch movies with anything in mind. Mm-hmm. I go in with my mind going, a mile an hour, 1 mile an hour, that fast. And so when things happen, I'm like, oh, and then like later on, I'm like, oh yeah, I knew that. But at the time, it surprises me. Mm-hmm. But go ahead, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Another like you said, Darth Vader / James Earl Jones, because while they're separate, they're also the same. He never gets to do as much cool shit on screen as he does in Rogue One, unfortunately. But when he was out there choking everybody on screen, I'm here for it.
Same.
Because when that one dude started talking shit like, oh, your ancient religion can't help you conjure up the missing data tapes or find the missing rebel, because he's already choking him. He's already choking him. And Tarkin's like, all right, let him go.
Fair.
And then he waited a second, and then he let him go.
Also fair.
Or at the start, he just grabbed the dude, snatched him up with his bare hands like he was the Big Show. Didn't even force him. Didn't even force choke him. He just, as soon as he walks through that door, grabbed him up. He's having people arrested. He's ordering executions that never take place. He's menacing as hell. Unfortunately, he never reaches the heights, in my opinion, as he did in Rogue One. But I can't dislike Darth Vader. He's like an iconic movie villain. Like everybody knows who he is.
Fair, agreed.
And even if you haven't seen Star Wars, you know who Darth Vader is, and you also know the big reveal in the next one, which I won't spoil for you yet.
Please don't. Never seen it.
You haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet. Not a like, but before we get to the dislikes, Han shot first. Keith, what are your dislikes?
That. If you want to talk about it, talk about
No, that's
it.
it, because it doesn't matter to me.
I don't even care.
Can we talk about it? I'm dying to talk about it. No, we're not going to talk about it.
Please do.
We're not going to talk about it. Because I feel like we already did this once.
Did we talk about it already?
I think we did. I think we talked about it in Solo. Because I think I said that he was like a scoundrel, scumbag, and then I just launched into the whole thing about him.
Yeah, I think
shooting
we might have.
And then you showed me that thing where it's like all 4 instances of that scene played at the same time, so you can fucking watch them all at once.
Literally, I had to
watch each, and I tried to watch them all at once, and I just stared into the middle where there was no screen, and I was like, this is not working.
And then
for
like
me.
everybody shot first.
Yeah, and it was like, and I was like, oh well. Let's watch it again. Look in the same spot every time because I'm a fucking moron.
No, listen, I did the same thing. It took me about 5 minutes to watch. Yeah, because
it was like a 12-second clip.
Yes.
And you were like, "Hey, I sent it to you after I'd already gotten it."
Oh,
and I'd watched it a few times, and I was like, "Oh man, I can't watch this and the movie." Even though I already know what happens in all of these.
I've seen you've seen every single version.
I've seen every instance of that.
I think I have
cut.
too.
I've seen the special edition cut. I've seen the enhanced special edition cut and the Disney Plus cut. Fair. So I've seen them all. I've been around the block a time or two in my 32 years on this planet. And I've used most of them to watch fucking Star Wars. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. Or to talk about it at length.
I like it. Okay. So dislikes. Do you want me to go first again?
Sure.
All right. I got a couple.
Okay. I do too, actually.
Let me clear some air.
Let's make room for these dislikes.
I was going to say I feel kind of cheap with my dislikes, but I don't. So, the first dislike, 1977. That's what I wrote. As soon as it comes on, I'm like, this is horrible. I don't like what I'm seeing. And yeah. So let's go to the next dislike. It's mostly boring. I was bored. I think I dozed off a couple times.
I think you did also. I'm pretty certain that you did.
I know I did.
I think that's why you moved chairs.
That's exactly why I did.
I figured you're sitting on the couch like he's getting too comfortable. He's gonna fall asleep. Because as soon as it started, you're like, man, I just got real tired.
And it was facts. Like I did not mean for that to happen. Yeah. And I was like, all of a sudden, I was just like, whew. It was, and the thing is, it's not even hot in here. I was like, it's getting toasty. Like my nose was cold, but I was warm.
A big toasty cinnamon bun.
I was like, God dang. So it is though. It is mostly boring for probably the first hour. The second hour is actually pretty entertaining. Again, I was sitting in a different chair, but it was still pretty entertaining the second hour. The first hour, again, and here's the thing. Even though it may be my dislikes, I still understand because it's first time this movie's ever been made. There's a lot of exposition you have to do. You have to talk about a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. Have to explain the Force. Have to explain, all these things. And still, doesn't mean I have to like it. Mm-hmm. So, just 2 dislikes right off the bat. So we're good. See, I'm easing into it. Okay, so this is more of a question for you, Chris.
Uh-oh.
Could be a dislike.
Depending on my answer.
Yes.
Oh.
Could be a dislike depending on your answer. If I get it answered. If I don't get it answered, it stays a dislike. If I get it answered, then it's not a dislike. Then it makes sense. I thought the droids went with Bail in Rogue One. And if they did, they should know who Leia is. So at one point, C-3PO, R2-D2 plays a clip, and C-3PO goes, I don't know who that is. I don't know who this lady is. R2, how do you know her? Or something like whatever the dialogue was. Yeah. And I was like, I thought the droids went with Bail Organa, but then at some point he goes, we were owned by Antilles.
Yeah.
But they were on the ship with Leia.
Yeah.
How does C-3PO not know her?
I don't know.
That...
I'm guessing... I don't know. It's a big ship. I mean, he wasn't with R2 when she put the plans in him.
He wasn't. Also, plot hole. Where did he go?
I don't know.
So... Yeah. So I was just like... How do you not know her? I don't know. I was just confused, I guess.
That's fair. Yeah, because at the end of...
And I said Rogue, but I meant episode 3.
Yeah, because at the end of episode 3, C-3PO gets his mind erased. Mm-hmm. But not R2, because no one can fucking understand him, so don't erase his memory.
Right.
And then they said... I thought they said Antilles.
They did.
That they were giving them to him.
Oh, in 3?
I thought.
I don't know.
But then, yeah, like you said, they were on the Rebel base in Rogue One. Like, they showed them on the Rebel base when all the ships were flying away, and then they're like, we're going to Scarif? No one tells me anything, C-3PO says. And then everyone's on Leia's ship. So, like, they were on the ship with her. Right. You think that they'd know who she is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you said, that's kind of a plot hole.
Maybe I shouldn't nitpick a plot hole, but you know what?
If it's a plot hole.
It's fair. So I was just so confused.
That's fair.
And I was like... And she's a princess. How do you not know her?
Yeah.
The protocol droids are for princesses, right?
I mean, they said they're etiquette and protocol, so like, you know. He's like Emily Post, I guess, in space.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, she's like I don't know, she's some old dead lady. She wrote books about like how you're supposed to behave at dinner parties and shit.
Some old dead lady.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. So that was a dislike. Just because I was confused, I was like, "Wait a minute." This is when I woke up and I started paying attention. See, that's
wait a
the
minute,
first.
What the hell's going on in this movie?
If they would have just let me sleep, it would have just been boring, and that was it.
If you wake him up, he'll dislike it. Just let him go. Hey, what's going on? There's a movie here? Oh, I don't like that.
All right, let me nitpick since I'm up. Okay. I hate that. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. I hate that everyone questioned Vader. He's supposed to be this all-powerful being, and no one listens to him. Why is Tarkin in control?
Yeah.
Why is he the main one, but he's the best one? And people are talking like he can force choke people. He can lift you off the ground and choke you in the air. Mm-hmm. And people are just like, what do you know with your religion? What? Who do you think you're talking to?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that are giving him shit.
All the time.
Yeah. Let's go talk trash to that 8-foot-tall robot man.
Did you see what he did to those kids on
who doesn't
Coruscant?
Doesn't need to touch me to even kill me.
See what he did to those kids on Tattooine?
Yeah.
So I was just like, I don't like that. He's supposed to be all-powerful. And people are just like, whatever. See, I did. And that's why it's a big difference from this to Force Awakens, where Hux is back talking
Kylo
Ren. The only difference is Kylo Ren is like super unstable. He's not at his full power, and he can't do anything without Snoke.
Yeah. And
Hux knows that. Tarkin doesn't know that. This other guy who got choked about the religion thing, he doesn't know that. So, I don't know. It just... Another dislike. On top of that, they call it a religion, but you see him force choking people.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, if you want to call it a religion, I don't care about that, but hey, it's not real.
Well, it just got real.
It
just got pretty fucking real.
Time to stop being. What does he say in Real World? Shit. When Michael Scott says it. Time to stop being something and time to start getting real. It's off the Real World. I don't remember what he says. But it's off the Real World, and I love it. It's great. Either way. So that to me, it's like, I get it's a religion, but at the same time, like, you've seen what people can do. Here's the thing. Whether or not I believe in religion, whether or not I believe in God, let's say I didn't. Let's say I did. It doesn't matter. If you give me proof that this man is. If I see him walking on water, guess who I'm gonna believe in? I'm like, oh, okay. Well, there's that. There's nothing else you can tell me after that because I've seen it. I got force choked. It's real.
If I see Jesus choking somebody out from across the room, I might be inclined to believe.
Hail Jesus at this point.
Yeah.
So
Jesus pulls out his laser sword and starts chopping people up. And
that's another thing.
Might pick up a Bible.
They say it's a religion, but the only people in the religion have swords?
Yeah.
What? That can cut through door? I have a lot of questions. Either way. Next dislike. As soon as I heard it, I was like, the Cantina song.
Oh, you don't like it?
Fucking hate it. I don't like it. It's only because I've heard it so many times.
Yeah.
And so when I heard it today, I was like, ugh. So it's funny. I was at work last night, and I was looking through my Spotify playlist, where you can check out Slushie Review. And I listened to all of our podcasts, so I needed something to listen to. So I was just going like randomly selecting music, and I have an orchestra version. It's a CD. I don't know when it came out, but it's an album, I should say, of the music. So it's not John Williams, but it's somebody interpreting the music. And they play it, and it's all the right notes, all the right sounds. It sounds great. And every time the Cantina song comes on, I'm like, skip. I hate it.
That's reasonable.
That's it. I don't know this if I watched this in 1977, but because I watched it in 2020 and I watched Rogue One in 2018
and also 2020.
Same. And you said it. I had already wrote it down. Why the difference in destruction on planets? Now I think I have an answer. I don't think it was as powerful when they destroyed Jeddah. Or it's what they saw from space versus what you see on the planet. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, because it took we get 10 to 15 minutes for Jeddah to explode in Rogue One.
It really did.
You're like, fire, boom.
Right. And
Gone.
I wonder if there's
different
settings of it. Like, okay, you can destroy a city.
Yeah.
Or you can destroy a whole planet.
Or because it was just more cinematic for them to be like, oh shit, we got to get out of here.
Same.
Versus them be like, all right, yeah, they're dead from space.
Because, I guess, that was Rogue One, both of them.
Because there's nobody really on Alderaan except for Bail Organa, where you're like, oh no, and he's in trouble.
But think about it, in 1977, we don't even know that.
Exactly. Yeah, because you wouldn't. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you wouldn't even know who he was. They're like, who's Jimmy Smits doing on that planet?
What's a bail?
Yeah.
Who they're bailing out of jail?
Not him.
And I put some oregano in his pasta. So.
Delicious. Delightful.
I was gonna stereotypically say something with that. I didn't. Next dislike.
Just keeps on going.
I'm sorry. I'm not though. Okay, this is a nitpick. Kind of. I'm gonna just read what I wrote. Obi with that weak ass spin / saber fight.
Yeah.
That is by far the worst saber fight in all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Because if you watch the prequels first, you get spoiled. You get spoiled watching lightsaber fights in the prequels.
Oh, especially that. Oh.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that again. I know what I'm doing tonight. So here's the thing. They tried to flare it up when he did that spin. Yeah. And I was like, his old ass.
Old man spinning. No.
I'm gonna do the spin. It was a twirl. It was more of a spin. Don't do the twirl.
Hate the twirl.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought.
Spin.
Exactly what I thought when he did it. I was like, hate the twirl. He spin, and I was like, okay. I see they're trying to flare it up. I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Also, you're trash. I know that's nitpicking. I know it's 1977.
It's definitely not. I wouldn't call it a nitpick. Because I'll tell you what's on my list.
That's the only reason why you're not going. Okay. Last one. It's almost over, guys.
For him. Then it's my turn.
Same. Every time we talk about this Star Wars, every single time me and Chris has ever talked about this Star Wars, I'll let you guess, Chris. What do I always bring up? I brought it up like 4 times today.
Let's see. It's boring. It's old.
Not like specific to this, but it's like something else. It's a different show.
In relation to this.
Yeah. I'll just say it. Family Guy.
Oh, duh.
One of my dislikes
about that.
is Family Guy ruined this for me. They pointed out so many things about this movie to where now when I watch it, I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
Yup. And don't get me wrong, it's funny, but then I'm like, man, this is why I hate it too. And that's Family Guy's fault, not the movie's fault.
Yeah. They cooked up that sacred cow pretty good.
Same. So the funny thing to me is, and I'll be completely honest, I said this before, but I tried to watch this movie years ago. It came on a Saturday morning one day, Saturday afternoon during, when channel like 11, 12, when the news goes off, they show movies. They show like old classic movies. I'm pretty sure that's how I saw like Escape from LA or something. And the Star Wars came on, and I was like, oh, okay. And I vaguely remember that it was on the Cantina scene. So I remember the whole Greedo part. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this looks stupid. And I was like, I would never, ever watch Star Wars. Because and then you got to think about it like this. In my point of view, no matter when Star Wars came out, I was a child when I first saw it. Mm-hmm. Like when I first turned over to it. So at, let's say 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, however age I was, I'm looking at this through the lens of 90s stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, ugh. This is horrible. How do you watch this? I'm looking at it through the lens of, oh, my dad was a young lad when this came out. Mm-hmm. And so anything he watches, and then when he told me, he was like, never seen it. I'll never watch it. My mom was like, nah, I'm good. This is their age. Yeah. So I'm like, oh.
You had no chance.
So if they don't like it, why the hell would I even think about watching it? So to be fair, I've come around on that, but also, that's my only disclaimer. Your dislikes, sir.
Okay. Like you said, first hour, it's kind of tough. And there's even parts and for me, honestly, there's even parts in the last hour where it's kind of tough. The movie kind of drags a fair bit. It's kind of boring a fair bit, to be honest. Like you said, it was the longest fucking spaceship fights you've ever seen. When they're getting harassed by, the 4 TIE fighters after they escape from the Death Star. Mm-hmm. And there's like, do, missed him. Do, missed him. Do, missed him. And it's just intercut with shots of people looking up and shots of people looking down. And like Luke and Han like swiveling around in their chairs. And you're just like, nah, somebody fucking hit something. Come on. Because like I get that it's supposed to be suspenseful and like the music is helping build suspense. And the music's amazing. But
the music helps.
It's just long. And there's like, oh, there he goes. I didn't get him. I got him. Yeah.
That's one of the parts where I was like, Family Guy ruined this movie for me.
Yeah.
Because in that part, literally they do it 20 times with Peter. It's like,
the same shot of the ship flying towards the ship. And I think I also remember Peter is singing the music. Yeah. It goes like dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. Yeah,
And
that's all I was doing. In my
that
head
one
the whole
part,
time.
he's just like, meow. And then they show Peter swivel in his chair the same way, and I was like, yes, this is exactly.
That's all I was doing in my head the whole time was. Dun, 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 dun,
And then as soon as that happened, you were like, yep. I was like, I already know what he's writing.
I think
because
we both reached for I reached for my pen and you had your phone on. And we were like, yep, same time.
I was like, yeah, I know what's going on here.
Yep. I mean, and you already said it too. The Vader versus Obi-Wan fight. Yeah. And at the time, I don't remember my thoughts on this movie when I first saw it when I was young.
Fair.
But watching it now, after having just recently watched the prequels, and knowing that the sequels exist, like I know that's what they had to work with.
Yeah.
They had two old dudes
Fair.
on screen, which at the time, if you're watching it in the movie theater, you're probably like, man, this is great.
Fair.
And if you watch it now in the movie theater, you're like, man, when's the next one start?
Why is this in the movies?
Yeah, why is this? Why? How long have I been asleep? Maybe because that lightsaber fight lasted what, all of a minute and a half to 2 minutes.
I felt like it was longer than that.
It felt like it, but it was boring.
Yeah.
It wasn't climax. I mean, also I know what's coming because I've seen these movies a million times.
Fair.
But like, no one's doing flips. No one's pushing people around with their mind. No one's grabbing shit off the wall to throw at somebody to fight dirty. And it's all a product of its generation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's why I feel like it's kind of a nitpick for me to say that, because knowing what's that's out there, and it's knowing that it's better, at least in those respects, in the fight scenes, this fight scene does not hold a candle to anything that came chronologically in the trilogies before it.
Fair. Now,
or after it.
I can say, and I will say, I can appreciate being privileged to grow up in this in this era of technology.
Yeah.
I can understand that. That does not mean that I can't talk about the first wheel, okay? Like, I can. I understand I wasn't around when the wheel was made, but it's definitely better now.
Yeah, they've made better wheels.
And I feel like I can say that.
They've made better wheel fights since then.
Exactly. So it's like, I get it. It's, I'm not even going to go to the bigger topic because I was going to think of something we talked about earlier today.
Uh-oh.
But why do I have to go through your struggle just because you went through it?
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say.
You don't. You don't have to.
Well, I did.
Well,
I struggled to stay awake.
Yeah. You didn't succeed in some respects.
I know. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize to me. George Lucas, on the other hand,
he doesn't care. He's like, I'm rich.
He sold that shit. He's like, that's not my problem anymore.
Right.
He is flush with cash.
I made my money the old-fashioned way.
I sold out to Disney.
Fake lightsaber scenes, right?
Which, again, we talked about that earlier, too. That's the dream, isn't it?
Yes.
Taking something you've made and selling it to somebody for a lot of money.
Absolutely.
Goal.
Here.
Achieved.
Absolutely.
You did it. You made it, son. I mean, he made it already when his franchises were just raking in money.
Same.
But he made it twice when he sold it to Disney. Anywho. Another dislike. Princess Leia has a British accent until she doesn't.
Really?
Yeah. When she's in the scene with Tarkin and Vader and they're about to blow up Alderaan, she has a British accent.
Is she from there? Carrie Fisher?
No.
So that's not her real... So she... Oh.
Because I don't know if you noticed it, but like, she had an accent.
I did
She was
notice.
doing an accent. And then the next scene that she's in, aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper?
She was putting on her princess accent.
I mean, maybe
this was
maybe
her
that,
prisoner
yeah, maybe
accent.
maybe that is. Maybe that's the prison Leia. Puts her purple bandana on. And is like, you would have been the belle of the ball.
Yes.
Yeah, because I mean that could also
Don't
be.
drop the soap. Don't drop the soap.
Yeah, I mean that could also be it. Maybe she's putting on her princess act for Vader and Tarkin. Yeah, 'cause she's like, I recognized your foul stench when I was brought on board.
She did say that, didn't she?
Governor Tarkin, only you could be so bold. Like, she was putting on airs, and maybe she was doing it for them. But then I noticed it in the next scene. I was like, wait a minute, I know the next line that she has, and it is not with that high and mighty accent.
I would say I'm going to go back and check it out.
But you won't.
Not.
You won't.
You won't.
And
No.
I
don't think I will.
That's fine, because I know I'm right.
That's fair. I like it.
Yeah, because it's, aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper? Then it's into the garbage chute, flyboy.
Yeah.
There's no British accents there.
Fair.
No.
I agree.
And the trash compactor scene, it's a little long. The whole, oh no, there was a monster in the garbage thing, and Luke gets lost in like 8 inches of water. Maybe it's deeper in some spots, because he comes up like he was under there.
So,
but they're reaching in like at their ankles. And they're like, oh, where can he be?
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. I noticed that, and I was like, "Don't write it down, Keith.
Yeah,
just
like
let
maybe
it
there's
be."
some deep spots, but I don't know.
No, I didn't think
That's
that.
what she said. But
Set yourself up, huh?
Hey,
set in a spike.
If no one else will do it, don't set it to yourself. I'll do it. I'll set it to myself.
Listen, that's
Bump.
one.
Get me there. Bump.
Oh man, off the rails.
We're never on them.
There's fair. There is that scene happens in Family Guy, and he pulls Luke under, and it's a recurring character from Family Guy as the head of this monster.
Yeah, isn't it Meg?
No, it's no, she's Jabba, I think.
I thought they made her that thing in this one, or was it just somebody else?
No, it was somebody else. It's a character. It's a guy, but he has like a super feminine voice. Not Rupert, but he's like, "Hey, I know you." Like that's it's whatever his name is. I don't know his name, but he has like curly hair or whatever. And he pulls him down. He's like, "Now what are you doing in this garbage chute?" Something's about to happen. I gotta go, and he lets him go. And I'm like, this is hilarious. And like when
where does that thing go?
I do, exactly. But here's the thing: in the Family Guy, they show it as this big, deep, like ocean.
Yeah.
But in the movie, and then they're standing on the platform.
The water doesn't reach their knees.
No, not even their calf. Like,
yeah.
Whatever. I didn't want to write it down, but yes, I thought about it.
I got it for you.
Thank you.
Don't worry about it.
Let's tear this movie down.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for dislikes.
Fair.
I don't hate the movie by any stretch of the imagination. I don't. I still kind of like it because, again, nostalgia always plays a big factor for a lot of things in life. Yeah. And I know we've talked about this, and I probably said on the podcast already. I watched these movies at a very young age, and I grew up watching them and rewatching them and playing with a lot of the toys, the old toys, like from when they first released. My oldest brother had a bunch of them, but I had my own Star Wars toys. I had a ton of them, and I think I even had some of the comics. I have some of the old Star Wars Droids comics that are all about R2-D2 and C-3PO.
You would.
I do.
No, I'm just messing.
And in one of them, C-3PO gets mistaken for a killer.
Nice.
Yeah, who looks just like him.
Nice.
It wasn't him. He didn't.
I would say
he
let
didn't
me
kill
read
anybody.
it.
You won't. No. I think
so
I read them all once, and that was it. They're just in a file now. But yeah, like I've always been a big Star Wars fan, so it would take more than this movie being kind of boring for me to hate it.
That's fair.
Because it's where it all started.
Yeah.
It wasn't episode 1, but it was the first episode.
Yes.
So if you have to set the groundwork for everything that's coming after it, and then everything before it, and then everything after it again,
fair.
You might get a little much.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, I did appreciate some of the callbacks, like after having seen the prequels. You're like, oh, you fought in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Which at the time you're like, oh, what was that? That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Never mention it again.
No.
In those movies. Never comes up again.
Not in the original trilogies?
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well,
because
General Kenobi? What? No, it's Obi-Wan. Oh, okay. That never comes up again in the original trilogy.
Does she say that? Does she call him General Kenobi?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
In the full message, I think she says General Kenobi.
Okay.
I could be mistaken. I could be misremembering it, but I'm pretty sure she says it. But she definitely says, you served my father during the Clone Wars.
She did say that, yeah.
And I was like, okay, that sounds like a cool thing.
So another plot hole, but I didn't write it down. I caught a lot of them. I was like, okay. I'll let you live. I'll let you live. He goes, Ben Kenobi sent me. She goes, Ben Kenobi? I'm like, you don't know who that is. Now I could see if someone was like, you know, like I'm like, hey, go get Chris Richards. And they're like, yeah, fuck, I don't even know. Keith Robinson sent me, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, like who's that?
Who's that? I sent for Chris Richards. No, that's the guy. I'm like, oh, okay, you messed up the name. Because I'm never gonna be like, no, he did say Kenobi, so maybe that's different. But at the same time, I'm still like, no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could be like Smith in outer space.
It could be, right. Yeah. Exactly. So it's like, no. She's like, Ben Kenobi? Perfect. Who's Ben?
Yeah.
Obi-Wan. Like, that's not even close to Ben.
Who's old Ben Kenobi?
Exactly. Like, I love that, though. I do. Honestly, that's probably one that I should put that as a like. The fact that he goes, Obi-Wan Kenobi, old Ben. And I'm like, that's awesome. I don't know why, but I love that part.
Yeah. I missed a like, too, with his introduction. Hello there.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
First thing he says to R2-D2, because that's what he says to Grievous.
He does.
Love it.
He does.
I think that's why he says it
So,
to Grievous.
I'm going to be honest. When you said that, I was like, oh, yeah. I was dozing off, and I was like, you said it, and I was like, huh? Yeah. And then I looked, I was like, oh, yeah, he did say that. And I was like, all right, I'm I was so lost. I'm not going to lie.
That's fair. Yeah, but those are my dislikes. That's pretty much it for me.
Okay. Slushie Meter. I'm going to let you go first.
All right. I'm going to give this movie... I'm going to give it a 3. Because it's not great. It's not terrible. And I think it's getting some nostalgia points. It's getting the fact that it's necessary to be there, I guess, for all the rest of them to exist. But it's definitely not my favorite. It's definitely not my least favorite. I think since I gave it a 3, I think I put it at this equal scoring with Phantom Menace.
Okay.
I think, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah, I don't think you went below 3.
Yeah. Are we going to do a thing where we rank them all in order at some point?
You want to?
Sure.
Fuck it, yeah, let's do it.
I'll hurt myself into doing it.
Oh, it's going to hurt you way more than it's going to hurt me.
I already know what my bottom 2 are.
I could tell you 11, 10, and 9 today.
I know what my bottom 2 are right now, and honestly, it's Phantom Menace and this one. But that doesn't. But it's like we did. It's like we did with the Starburst thing. Something's got to be at the bottom.
Fair.
You asked me who my favorite Ninja Turtles are. Donatello number 1, Raphael number 2. The other 2 could change up. Doesn't matter. I still like them.
Yeah.
Someone's got to be last.
Someone's got to be last. If you're not first, you're last.
It ain't gonna be Donatello.
And that's see, that's the thing. So I said 11, 10, and 9. 11, 10, 9, and 8. I know my bottom 4 for sure. Yeah.
Well, let me guess. It's the original trilogy.
You know what
Phantom
it is.
Menace.
You know what it is. Then we can skip a couple and put a couple in the 5 and then go from there.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's where it would get harder.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Hey. Yeah, I think we could do that.
Okay. No, that works for me.
Okay.
We can make that a whole episode too.
Yeah, I think it would have to be.
Yeah. No, perfect. Easy.
Yeah. But yeah, 3.
3. Okay.
Because it's there. I don't dislike it enough to give it lower than a 3, and I don't love it enough to give it much higher. Because there's not a Star Wars movie that I dislike. They're just like, it's, I just don't like it more.
Fair.
So I'll give it a 3.
Okay.
It's no Birds of Prey. We fucking say that.
4.75. Is not what I'm gonna rank it.
What? Let me finish.
Let me finish. When I see them kiss, it makes me I watched that the other day.
I was gonna say, it makes me horny.
Let me finish. Oh gosh. I can't. Yes. So no, that's not what I'm gonna rank it. in the middle of this podcast, this episode, I changed my ranking.
Oh.
So I'm going to tell you what I gave it before. Coming into this movie, I knew what I was going to rank it. Coming into this episode, I knew what I was going to rank it. After I said my dislikes, I knew what I was going to rank it. After you said your dislikes, I changed my mind.
Oh.
Seriously.
Did I hurt it or did I help it?
So let me tell you what I was going to rank it.
Okay.
A 2.
Okay.
Even after you said your dislikes, I thought about it. So it was before you ranked yours, to be fair. I want to be clear. It wasn't what you said, but it was kind of what you said. In between your dislikes, you kind of was like, you know, like, hey, it's not that I hate it. It's not this, whatever. And then you actually said my reasoning at the end of your Slushie Meter. You said, it's not Birds of Prey. And I was like, that's fair. It is not.
So it went up.
It definitely went up.
Hey.
2.5.
There you go. Hey, I'll take it. I mean, I'll take it. Like you're doing me the favor. The movie will take it.
I was like, it's a 2 no matter what. It's a 2. And then I was like, it's not Birds of Prey, though. I was like, I can't do that to this movie because I do like where it's going. Birds of Prey could have not been made, and I would have gave it a 4.
Yeah, like
So,
it's all improving
yes.
from this point.
Absolutely. Like that started off okay, and then hit a climax and went straight downhill. As far as all the 9 movies that we did.
Yeah.
This one, even if you count this as the first one, it goes up from here.
Yeah.
And that's including the next original trilogy. And then if you start off at 1, this is the dip.
Yeah.
And
Before
then it
starts
goes
climbing
back
again.
up again.
Yeah.
So to me, I was like, I can't give it a 2. That's disrespectful. 2.5.
There you go.
A little disrespectful, but I'm okay with that.
A little less so.
Yeah, a little less disrespect, but still disrespectful. I'm okay with that.
It's no 8.6 out of 10.
Damn right.
But neither was mine. So
So 2.5 for all the reasons you said is the reason why it's a 2.5.
Okay.
Because it is the beginning of Star Wars. All the lovable characters are there. Even though it was plot holy. Here's my thing. This is the only thing I care about. There's no way, in my opinion, you can look at this movie and tell me that it dwarfs every other movie that's not a part of the original trilogy. Just because it was the first one.
no.
There's absolutely no way you can watch this movie and say, well, that was better than Revenge of the Sith. You're an idiot.
No.
And we had a conversation earlier, off camera, off screen, whatever, where we're like, you know what, critics are going to be critics and they're dumb, blah, blah. Here's the thing. Some things are universal truths. Some things are subjective. To say that this movie is better than Revenge of the Sith, you're an idiot. And not even because of the content, just because of the technology.
Yeah.
You're wrong. So you're just going off of nostalgia points. You're not going off of everything.
Yeah. Which nostalgia will play a role in the next 2 of these movies also.
Yeah, it will.
For me, especially. But, you know.
But the originalist people who are original trilogy only,
Yeah.
I get why you're doing it.
Then just don't watch the other ones.
That's my thing. Just don't watch it. Leave it for me.
Don't bring me down because you won't let yourself be brought up. If you won't rise to my level, don't drag me down to yours.
Boom.
You losers.
That's what I like to hear. So, 2.5.
Okay.
And that's it.
No disservice, I would
That's it.
say. You could have done the movie worse
Almost
if you
did.
wanted to. And you're welcome, Star Wars. Helped you save a little face. I pulled your chestnuts off this open fire. Since it is getting close to the season at the time of this taping.
Fair. The only thing that I want to bring up that has nothing to do with this is at the time of this taping 2 days ago, Marvel, Disney, and Star Wars decided to announce 18 million amazing things. And I am here for all of it.
Same.
and including the droid series.
Some of them more than others.
Absolutely.
Because I think you said like the Cassian Andor thing. You're like, I could take her to leave it.
I didn't even know they did that. But
yeah.
I knew they were going to do it, but I didn't know they were like, hey, we're going to actually do it.
Yeah. Like there's a few things that I like that. I was like, I'll see it. Like I'll watch it.
I won't watch that.
There was nothing they announced that I was like, I don't even want to look at that.
Listen, they announced What If. What If looks good.
The Rescue Rangers movie that they announced. I'm excited for that.
Did I not see that?
I don't think they announced it as part of that, but it was like yesterday. I think they announced it. It's going to have John Mulaney and Andy Samberg as Chip and Dale.
Really?
Yes. I'm excited for it.
So yeah, that's cool.
I think they said it's going to be like a live action / animated thing.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. Or not animated, but like CG live action thing, like probably a Detective Pikachu type thing, where there's like a couple real people and then the rest is CG. I loved the Rescue Rangers cartoon as a kid, so let's see if it holds up in a movie. But it's got John Mulaney in it.
If you tell me it's animated, I'm here for it. But if it's
partial,
that means it's bound not to work. Also,
Detective Pikachu worked.
Detective Pikachu and Sonic worked.
And Sonic did work.
How many didn't work? Roger Rabbit worked.
Roger Rabbit worked.
Space Jam
worked. Yeah.
That's 4. Silence.
Yeah. I can't. There's nothing
else
really
I can't think of
mind
I
either,
can't think
though.
of any either, honestly. But either way, yes, they announced so many. What If is something I didn't even know was a thing.
Yeah.
I saw it in the Marvel thing, and I was like, "What is this? What is this?" I didn't know.
I think they did like one-shot comics like that at one point. They're like, "Oh, well, what if this happened?" And they just like made a little comic out of it, like a one-issue comic.
Oh, really?
I think it was like a series of 1 issues, but like it was things like that. Where it's like, "Oh, well, what if? What was it like? T'Challa was Star-Lord, like became Star-Lord."
Oh, was that T'Challa?
I think.
Oh, I just thought it was just like a random.
That's what I saw people posting.
Oh, okay. I just thought it was like a random black dude, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, I mean, that's sweet." And then I saw. Not Betsy. Shit, I was thinking of Hulk. What's her name?
Peggy.
Yeah,
was Captain America. Yeah,
and she was British.
Yeah,
I was like, "Hello, this looks amazing."
Hello.
That too. I was like, "Okay, so What If was cool." What else did I share? I shared so many things on Twitter, and I was just like, "This."
The Obi-Wan series.
This Obi-Wan series is going to be amazing. Hayden Christensen's back.
Yeah, which I wonder how that's going to work.
I don't know, but apparently they're going to fight again.
If they bring him back, he's either going to be burnt to shit.
No, he's Darth Vader.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like he's going to be burnt to shit under that helmet.
Here, but they're going to fight again.
I'm all right with it.
I am here for that.
We're going to get a redemption for this fight, hopefully, of like armored up Vader versus
I've already
Obi-Wan.
forgot about this. Okay.
Fair.
Hayden Christensen's back, and I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to
him. What's another series that Squadrons?
Yeah,
that looks good.
Falcon Winter Soldier, WandaVision.
Oh,
the Loki series. I talked to Jaren about this the other day. I was like, when they first announced it, I was like, I don't really care.
Yeah,
I'll watch it to see where it goes because as his arc in the movies, I got tired of.
Yeah, you did.
But so like I'll look forward to seeing what they do with him.
Did you see the trailer?
Yeah.
It looks good though.
It looks interesting. Because Owen Wilson in there with
him?
Yeah,
he was in there. What happened that apparently he's like running for president in that movie in the show.
That looks interesting.
I'm excited.
That looks interesting.
I've never been excited for Loki at all, and I'm so excited.
Same.
I'm so excited. Who else? What else happened? What was another Star Wars one?
Isn't there one about the Sith? Isn't it like...
yeah, there's a Sith and there's a Jedi one, too.
Yeah.
The one that you said was around Order 66.
I forget what they were calling it.
Yeah. I forget it, too. But, I was like,
they announced so many things, I couldn't even keep track of all of them.
I couldn't either. And I loved every second of it. I was like... Because the funny thing is, whoever I follow on Twitter was like, big announcement from Marvel Disney. I'm like, okay, they're just going to tell us what we know.
No.
Then they came out with trailers?
Yeah. Oh, and they were like, Mandalorian Season 3, which everyone already knew was going to happen.
Oh, yeah, Christmas next year. Yeah. I'm still behind already, so, yeah.
That's fair.
I'm excited, Chris.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
Definitely.
I know you are.
How can I not be?
I know. I don't know. I'm just giddy. I'm giddy.
It's going to be...
I'm excited.
Because I think they also announced, Disney Plus's price is going up $1 a month. Great.
Oh, yeah. Was it $1 or $2?
I
think it was $2.
It was like $1 or $2.
Because it's like $7.99.
It's not going to break me.
It's not going to break
you're
me.
Putting so much content on there. Bring it on.
Yeah. So I just got my new phone bill, and I get it with my phone. I had it for free for a year, and I forgot that year's up now. I just saw my new phone bill with the new phone I just got. I was like, oh, shit. So you just reminded me that I am paying for Disney Plus too.
Yeah.
That's not going to help it, but whatever. So, dumb. Either way, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to bring that out just because. I don't know when this one's coming out. Probably. I don't know. We'll talk about it then. Either way, that's all I got.
No.
So, thank you for listening. We're continuing our Star Wars Saga with
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. I don't know the names of the original trilogy, honestly.
Oh, okay.
So I was just gonna say.
Sorry, I could have jumped in sooner. I didn't know.
No, you're good. Because remember, I told you I was like, I get them so confused.
Yeah.
I just know that it's episode 5 because 5 comes after 4. See, I don't even know the numbers. 4 comes after 5.
There you go.
Something. Yes. So stay tuned for episode 5. Empire Strikes Back.
Yes.
Empire Strikes Back. I've seen this once, so I'm kind of excited to see it.
There you go.
I think I'm lying, but I'm gonna say I'm excited. I'm not lying on purpose, but when I said it, I was like, are you?" In my head, I was like,
Search your feelings.
"Her?"
You know it to be true.
So, but I am actually kind of excited to see it because
There you go.
We'll see. But other than that, thank you for watching or listening or something. I'm just gonna get out of here. This has been Keith
And Chris.
and we'll see you next time.